yeah, DJ Khaled, you've been really quiet, DJ Khaled. I know you're not going to watch this, but
Yeah,
DJ Khaled
DJ
and French Montana. If you know your paycheck is coming from a certain set of people, shut your mouth. Some of you in the workplace right now, if things are going wrong, you're shutting your mouth because you know your boss needs to pay you.
New episode out now. Featuring myself, Gabriel and Wes. The Chisel by Chisel site's back up. Shirts are back up. So please, if you want those DBZ tops, etc., grab those. I'm gonna, maybe like in a couple months, I'm gonna start putting more shirts frequently, more designs. So please support the business. And yeah, thank you. Green bottoms with white socks.
Okay, go on.
Green lines on the tracksuit.
Okay.
And yellow in the.
Yes, this is grinding gear.
I feel you, right?
Like I've been on the building site.
Yeah, this is the graph, bro.
You can see there's white dust everywhere. This is grinding.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, I graft, and it's a shame that a lot of guys don't want to graft.
I can tell.
It's a shame, and we're in a very, 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 very treacherous times right now.
It's a treacherous times.
Right, everyone just needs to be, guys need to be very careful and just literally need to be on their P's and Q's.
A war's going to run out for their people.
Yeah, no, it's very sticky. A lot of people don't know how to make any form of an honest living, and the thing about it is now is that they're now resorting to the most craziest ways to try and make a buck, and everyone just needs to roll safe. And it's not a time for anyone to start flaunting things in front of people because so many people don't have.
Yeah, the wolves are out there,
and it's mad. It's mad. Like, and there's no money that you can put on when it comes to safety, and my safety is so paramount. And I always find it interesting and weird when guys are so quick to bring women to their house to let them know where they live. I'm so scared.
Bro, did you see the clip the other day? Did you see the
randomly just to come to your house?
Did you see the clip the other day? The girl who said, "Right, if you're just gonna like first date invite me to your house," she goes, I'm gonna rob you." Then she goes, "I'm gonna do things that inconvenience you." She's gonna rob your remote control. You know what I mean? She's gonna rob like all the little things you need. You know what I mean? Like the wash rag in the bathroom, stuff like that to inconvenience you. So next time you know not to bring gal to your yard. I said, "Oh, you know what? She's right. Like if you don't know this person from Adam, and you ain't built no sort of connection, why do they know?"
Where you live? Yeah. So, and I just find it interesting that it's just. We're at a time now everyone just needs to just put their ideas up, man. Because a lot of guys when they were younger didn't maintain. They're now getting older, no qualifications, no job, can't apply themselves, and that's why all you young guys, you just buck your ideas up from now. Because when you get to my age, it gets sticky. When you ain't got anything to fall back on, it gets sticky. It gets so sticky.
Problem is everyone's trying to keep up lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
When do you feel like your life started?
I think
when you started, like, I don't want to say living, but like, where do you think like things got adult life?
I think when you say when did my life start,
yeah.
I think my personality was formed
at
the end of primary school, beginning of secondary school. I think I asked a question to one guy that I mentor, his mum's youngest son. I said, would you rather your son is a bully or got bullied in school? What would you rather? Your son is a bully or gets bullied?
Bully.
What would you rather? Your son is...
Yeah. Because I've seen the effect on man them who used to get bullied, and
it's not nice, man.
No, it's not nice. Because even up till now, there's man who went to school with us, and one of my guys, we used to train in the same gym together. And I asked, I said, "Oh, have you bumped into my man since we left school?" Because he's from their area. And I was like, me and him was mad cool. Something happened in like the final 3 weeks, and he just went ghost. Like he would come exams and he would just ghost, and he just didn't keep in contact with no one. I said, "Oh, what happened to my man?" And he goes, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, funny enough, he saw him. He was working as a manager in Asda, and he tried to speak to him. I said, "Oh yeah, what on?" And he said he just looked at him and just walked past him like he didn't exist. But I was just like, that makes no sense, because you never had no beef with him. You never bullied him. You and him got along. So whatever happened with him and others, he put everyone in the same bracket. And I was like, in school, this was my guy in my class, like one of my guys who I'll be cracking joke with, but I ain't seen him since 2001. Crazy.
It's one of those things where I asked that question, would you rather be bullied or be bullied? Would you rather your son was a bully or getting bullied? And I think the majority of people watching this would say I'd rather my son was the bully. And people don't see how much it shapes your personality when you're younger. All your self-esteem can be sapped away being bullied. And the older you get, when you ask the question about, you know, when do you think I started living, it was when I was in school. When the day that I stopped being bullied, okay, and I joined the bullies, was when I gained my confidence. And someone's going to listen to the thing like, what? What do you mean that's when you gained your confidence? Yeah, when I joined the bullies. I felt a form of self-belonging. And when they talk about Maslow's hierarchy of needs, one of those things is just wanting to belong. And when people form groups, it's because they want to belong. Some of you go to the gym. Some of you are like in a chess club. Some of you go to yoga. Some of you find little pockets. Some of you are in like forums on the internet because you're around like-minded people. And I think for me, it's when I got to probably the age of 23. You know, I talk about my really broke stage when, you know, I went to Abbey National one time and I put my bank card in the cash point, and then it sucked my card in the cash point, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And I went into the bank and they told me that because my account had been run so bad, that I'm not allowed a bank card, I'm not allowed a cash card, that I've got to come into the bank whenever I need money. I cried that day. I went on the train home and I cried. I said, right, is this my life? And even the Abbott episode, when you ask me what my greatest fear is, it's not being able to provide for myself. And that's what scares me the most. And I think as men, that's what drives most of us, is provision. Like, we know that we need resources, and if we don't have resources, we're loved conditionally. And without that resources, generally speaking, you're just that man in the house sleeping and waking up. That snores, wake up. What are you sleeping for? Wake up. Even when I was younger, I remember one time my mum woke me up one time. These times, I handed out so many CVs to try and get a job. I couldn't get one. So I'm sleeping. This couldn't be past more than 9:30. Gabriel, you are sleeping. You don't have a job. Like, handed out CVs, mum. And a lot of these young boys will be going out when they finish secondary school to try and get a job. And unfortunately, they will get rejected. Day in, day out. And when you do get rejected and you can't find a job, what next do you do? It's a crazy cycle. And I would never ever, I always say I've done bad things, you know, but we're in a time now where things are really bad. And I'm happy that, and I always say that I'm just fortunate that I found a hustle that was legit. That is it. That was all it was. I found a hustle that was legit. And I just always employ these young boys to just maintain this age that you're at now, where you're 20, 21, under the age of 25. I'm not your financial advisor or your accountant, but stack your money, man. Because there's so many guys who I grew up with who were making good money, doing their thing. They're my age now and they're not on anything. Nothing. And then they're not going to go back to education. They can't apply themselves to get a job. So what do they do next? You know, the food game isn't the best as it is right now. That Encro stuff has messed everything up. So, guys just resorting to robbing.
So what is good money under that age? Let's say under 25, 18 to 25. What would you classify as good money?
I'd say, let's say the average salary in London is something like just under 40k. If you're earning anything close to that, everything depends.
What's the take home?
That's probably about 2.5, 2.6. 2.5. Okay. I think anything. It all depends on your outgoings.
Yeah.
So it just depends. Like, for instance, someone who's got, I don't know, who lives at home with their mum and is not paying £1,000 rent can afford to live on 2k.
Yeah.
If you're paying £1,000 rent, you can't afford to live on 2k a month. So it all depends on what your outgoings are.
Also things like, if you're in a relationship and both of you are kind of the same thing, then I guess it's a lot easier to manage with. But if you're, like Gabriel said, if you're on your own, a single man, and you're making 2.5 a month, life is kind of rough. Because by the time you pay your bills and all of that, you ain't really got anything spare. And especially like in this day and age, everyone's got a nice car, insurance, you know what I mean? By the time you paid all of that, what can you really put aside to yourself? Especially those people that live in main London. So over here, rent is high, but it's not as high as down there. So we're around the 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 a month in this area. But if you're in main London, like where man grew up, that's like what, 1.8, 1.9 on a 1-bedroom. Unless you're gonna do
for a 1 bed.
A 1 bed, one bed's flat, Unless you're gonna do flat shares.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Bro, that's the reason why a lot of people down there do flat share.
That's tough.
Like, remember before you even turned on the camera when Gabriel said living within means, like he can afford to move and spend more.
Yeah.
But the problem is like, what's the point when you still ain't hit your own personal target? You're gonna push yourself slightly behind because you decided to spend £700-800 more a month. You know what I mean? Just to be in
it's the same thing, just a different area.
Exactly.
Same property.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now, a lot of men I know who live down there, some people are paying like $1,000 a month just for a bedroom, bro.
Why though?
Huh?
Why? What's the incentive to do that?
Because people want to be. I'm near Central. I'm in Zone 2. It's a convenience thing for them.
Convenient. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a convenience thing for them. Because imagine if you work. Let's say if you work in Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And you live in like Stockwell or Brixton, that's 12 minutes on the tube. You get what I'm saying? Over here, you're gonna have to catch a Uber or take a long walk to East Croydon train station, which is like 15-20 minute bot from here, innit?
If that's saving you £900 a month, if that's saving you like £800-900 a month,
yeah, but
like,
imagine during the winter morning, you're gonna have to do a 15-20 minute bot there. There might be a train cancellation. You don't know.
I get it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
The good thing about Brixton, though, for instance, example, is that you're on the underground.
Yeah,
so living by you got access to everywhere in London.
You got underground, you got overground. So,
It's a great
example,
area to
where my house was, I was equal distance from Brixton Station, Stockwell Station, Clapham North, Clapham High Street, and Brixton Overground. So I can get to quite a few. And Loughborough wasn't too far. So like everything was within 5 to 15 minute walk max. You get what I'm saying? So you got that convenience. So I understand why people do the flat share, because sometimes if you don't drive, living out here is just long.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Living out here is like inconvenient. Like I know like some of my neighbours who don't drive, I see them in the morning catching Uber to the train station. So imagine, it adds up, innit? If you're paying £7 there, £7 back, that's 15 every day. And that's not including your transport there. So at the end of the week, that's an extra, what, 75, 3 bills a month.
Yeah.
It adds up.
I think with the conversation of where we're going with, you know, being bullied or being a bully. If you look at this world, if you look at what they've done, as in those who have conquered, okay, they've been in scenarios and situations where they've not had. So they've gone and found land and realised that there's gold, oil, cobalt. Think of all the minerals that you can find in different parts of the world that you can't find in others. This whole world has just started off and has continued on conquering, where I always ask the question, are we just inherently evil? You look at what's going on right now in the world, and it's always been going on, and it's not stopped. Are people just evil? And my thing is that if you live in a certain patch of land and you realise you've got nothing there and your people are starving, you then discover that there is a place where there is stuff that we need. This country then goes to that country to go and take what they need to go and look after their people. This is what's happened throughout centuries of this world. And I say, let me word this correct. If you won't share, okay, and I'm at home and you've got a surplus of stuff, and let's say my kids and my family are starving, and I say, look, let me just get some, and you've got a whole big field of cows and sheep. You're like, no, you're not getting anything. This is ours. We've worked hard for this. This is ours. Is it morally wrong for me to take some so that I can feed my family?
It's a bit of a Robin Hood situation now, isn't it?
And
Like
if you look at
those that
society,
have.
if you look at what's happened in continents like Africa, you look at India, just look at general where you can find minerals, where you find the world's resources. Your guys like Christopher Columbus, who claim they invented or found a land that people lived on, they've gone on their boats, seen that there's minerals there. Sometimes they've done deals with the chiefs of the area, sometimes they've just ransacked the place. And I sit there and say, is this world just inherently evil? Are people just going to be evil? Does someone have to lose for someone to win?
Yeah, I think it's balanced. I feel like for there to be winners, there always has to be losers.
And that's the biggest problem, is that you look at what's going on right now in Israel and in Israel with Israel and Gaza. You sit there and say you got the Israelis, you got the Palestinians, you got them both in the land. You can argue that one was there first. One is now, you know, due to a treaty that England drew up a few years ago, it allowed the Israelis to go into the country, okay, and take a certain patch of it. And now somebody doesn't want to share. And it's just like, is this just how humans are? It's just how we are. That power corrupts. That no matter what happens, evil's going to exist where you've got something, I've not got nothing, I want that.
There's always going to be that level of it though, because if you don't have, you're always going to want.
And it doesn't stop, because my thing is that on a lower level, you know, on a microcosm, we look at just us on a lower level. We're doing this. Yeah. On a bigger level, they're doing this. What's the difference?
Everything now as well is played in real time, where before. Yeah, before something might happen, and because back in the day you never had the internet, you never had social media. Whatever the news says was, yeah, you know what I mean. But now everyone's smart enough that when you're watching the news, not even only the news. Have you been watching YouTube, Snapchat, and like even on people show me on Twitter, you be watching socials and there's adverts just popping up. Like you be seeing the adverts, yeah, and I'm thinking to myself, right. If you're the victim, yeah, why are you running ads for sympathy? Because if you're the true victim, everyone would, you get what I'm saying, would see in real time what's happening. Yeah. Whereas you'd be watching the news and you don't really see nothing about Palestine. You see stuff like what's his name? What's my man's name that got kicked off the ITV program that he was on before?
Oh, the Schofield brother.
No.
Who is it?
What's his name?
Piers Morgan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Piers Morgan.
So Piers was asking the other day. He was asking Low Key, the rapper, and a couple people questions, but it's like he was trying to rush them off, and then he would say to them, but do you think what happened on October the 7th, blah blah blah. Everything that's happened is fuckery. Yeah. But don't try to make one sound like they were victimized and make the other who are getting bummed every day sound like they're the reason why this is happening.
It's all agenda though.
It's all agenda. But the thing is, agenda is not
it's profitable for someone though. That's the problem. Behind this, there's money.
No, what's money?
There's money, and that's the thing.
Like, even the other day, you saw.
It's horrible though.
Yeah, you saw when I put on my friends. I said, right, there's never enough money to feed global hunger and a homeless. But when it comes to money, 10 billion comes out of thin air. Yeah. You get what I'm saying?
War isn't meant to be won though. War isn't.
It's meant to last forever.
Yeah, it's not meant to be won. It's not meant to be a winner.
It's meant to put someone in debt.
It's not meant to be won.
It's meant to put someone in debt and someone's paying off.
You know what I mean? And I always say that I think it's the way they take public money and put it into private corporations. So you got to think about it. Let's say, for instance, all the taxes have been paid, and let's say there's 85 billion sitting down. Someone wants that money. Yeah. You've got to devise ways to get that money out. In the same way, people will get funding from charities to do things. Okay, and let's say it's only going to cost 2k to do the event. There's now 8 grand left because it was a 10k funding. You now have to find your friend who's a web designer. Okay, I'm going to send you an invoice of 3 grand. I'm only going to pay you 5 bills in it, so just give me that money on the side. Yeah. Whereas I need to do some filming for the event. I'm going to put 2k on the invoice. Yeah. I'm only going to pay you 5 bills. The money has to come out somewhere. So war is literally that. War is literally finding ways to take money from the public office into private corporations. How can we pay ourselves?
There was a meme here. The meme says, did you hear what's going on in the Middle East? Someone said, my rent is 3k and I'm working 6 jobs. I don't give a fuck. Then someone quote tweeted it and said, this is why your government keeps scamming you, because you don't give a fuck. Now you're working 6 jobs and can't even afford your hospital bills or pay your student loan because all your 6 job money is funding genocides. So all the tax money.
Yeah. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. But that's the reality. Because the other day I was saying to someone, I was like, for the next 2-3 weeks, everyone's still going to be posting. But guess what's coming? November's coming. What's after November?
Christmas, bro.
Everyone's gonna forget.
Yeah.
That's the harsh
January comes, New Year, new me.
Bro,
people are still suffering in January, bro.
Yeah, but once Christmas comes, everything gets, bro. Like Palestine is a madness right now. Sudan is a madness right now.
It's been a madness.
It's been a madness
everywhere, bro.
Congo is a madness right now.
But
the thing is, like, it gets to a certain point, yeah, you could only absorb so much.
That's what I'm saying. It's difficult to subscribe to, and like, because there's always stuff going on, and it's like it's trendy.
Do you care?
I do care, but I care too much, and I can't do anything.
To what extent do you care?
I care a lot, and I can't do anything.
Bro,
it bothers me, so I can't.
I got super empathy for what's going on here, but I just feel like the moment yesterday I reposted something, so that was the second time I reposted something.
I bet it was horrible.
And I posted it, and guess what happened? 200 views. Every post after was higher. Every post before was higher.
I think they put
restriction. They put restriction. So I'm like, what can I do?
Well, okay, but my thing is, when people are telling us, people are in the comments saying, oh, your silence is basically you colluding with what's going on. So your silence basically screams a lot, saying that you're obviously siding with what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, over here, what can I do as an individual?
Nothing.
So when these things are happening, what does me doing a tweet or sharing a picture do? I guess it shows solidarity, maybe. So maybe those abroad can think, okay, those in the UK care. Other than that,
yeah, save you. I just got bombed. Like, that doesn't matter.
Is it selfish to say that?
Would you care? So let's say England was under the same sort of thing that's going on there, and then some brother in, let's say, Australia was like, yeah, cool, Gabriel, I posted you on my IG, bro.
I think a lot of things are sensationalism where we want it. We want to see these things. Even though they may not do anything, it's just showing solidarity. The same way, something might happen to somebody and someone says, oh, can you share this, please? And even though you're sharing, you might think, it's not going to change anything. It's just, it makes that person feel warm and fuzzy inside, and kind of indicates that you care. I think that's all it does. And that's why I asked the question, is that, is this world just inherently evil? Like, is badness just badness? It's just part of life, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got to the point now where I've just said to myself that I just got to accept that this world is fucked.
The world is fucked.
And it's been like that from if you just talk from slavery and look at the atrocities and the stuff that's happened, nothing's changed. And I always say that what you see on a bigger level, where these countries are just gangs, and it just
do you think the world's got better to an extent at all?
But it makes you think as well. Like, you see, like, even if you go to, like, now this day and age, and yes, you go to this day and age, and you think, right, before media in this day and age existed, the propaganda that they were pushing back in them days, where, like Gabriel was talking about slavery. Imagine right after slavery now, like, the modern world starts, TV starts, and that people in certain parts of the world are probably thinking, black people are this, black people are that, because the kind of media that they were pushing on TV back then. So imagine what conditioning that done to the previous generations of white people or people from this place or that place, where fast forward to now, in the modern day and age, where people are like, how come racism ain't gone? This is like years of conditioning, because you have to see it as well, like, not every white family was rich, but they probably thought, if we fall in line, this is how we're going to come up as well. You get what I'm saying? We're going to be the ones who are going to get something out of this, and blah blah blah. So it just always makes you think that like the only advantage we've got now is media's in our hands. You get what I'm saying? Where it kind of balances out things a slight bit. But if we never had social media, fuckeries will still be going on at the same pace. Because think about stuff like Iraq. Like, Piers Morgan came up because he was against Iraq. You get what I'm saying? So think about stuff like Iraq and all these stuff that happened 20 years ago. If we had like Instagram and that, we would have seen what was happening real live on the ground.
Yeah, I think nothing changed. It's just not televised as much. Like, if you look at what's happening in Congo, happening for years. What's happening in Sudan, happening for years. It's just they found politically correct ways of doing things. They make things a bit nicer now. You're not getting whipped anymore, maybe, but you've got 9-year-olds working in mines, digging for cobalt. But
do you know how many people die?
No one's seeing it.
Do you know how many people die day per day?
Nah, I know it's a mad number or something crazy.
It's like in the mines, it's something like 700 upwards.
Mine's a fuck. 'Cause they collapse all the
Bro,
time.
700
All the time.
upwards per day.
And I'll tell you why we don't care. Because someone posted the other day, I think it was Mike GLC, or someone posted the other day saying that if you buy diamonds, okay, basically you're supporting the genocide of blacks, that you shouldn't buy diamonds or anything like that, because we know how the diamonds are generally caught or got. And then someone put in the comments, that's cheeky from you because you're using a phone. Basically that's got cobalt, which is coming from Congo. And we know these things. We know that this iPhone I'm using right now, the methods which is used to engineer and power that phone is treacherous, but I'm still using it. But
I would still wager, if you could do something that would actually make a difference, I feel like you would do it. Not just not use your iPhone, because there's people out there that got 4 phones.
No, but let's stop. What difference is? Stop using it then.
Okay.
If you care that much, stop using it.
But what's the difference?
The difference is that if we all took a stance.
That's the thing. If we all did it.
Yeah, but we're not.
Exactly.
So that's the thing.
So what's the point?
So do I really care? Because I'm not even from Congo. Let's say I'm from Nigeria and we found that was happening in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I'm still using my iPhone. Because I'll tell you what, it's not an immediate issue for me. It's only when something comes close to home.
And inconveniences you.
That's when you start ooh, this is actually close to home now. But generally speaking, we care a bit. Like, I've seen images of babies being bombed and incinerated. I'm just like, that's sad. I looked at it and I was proper sad. And I sat there and was like, I was sad for a moment. And I put my phone down.
Carried on with your day.
And I carried on with my day. The world's just evil. And I've got to the point where I care, but I don't. But I care.
Someone I know from out there said they lost 40 in-laws yesterday. They messaged me and it was like, when they saw that post, it was like, yeah, they lost 40 in-laws from over there. I was like, mate,
it's a lot.
Your head must be spinning. Like, I can't even, like when you can't even relate, or like you feel empathy but you can't
understand.
Yeah, I can't understand. 40.
But I've seen people say things like, this is not our fight. So people have said, as black people, they said we should stay out of it because it's not our fight, and leave the brown people to do what they're doing, because when it's our own things at home, they don't care. And I say, is that the right mentality to have, where things are going, where we can see things happening in the Middle East that has nothing technically to do with us, technically? Should we just be saying, boy, they don't care about us, so why should we care about them? Is that the mindset that we should have?
I don't think so. That's the not my pig, not my farm sort of mentality. But that doesn't help anyone. But
the only problem is that one thing I will say is that we should show empathy in as many situations as possible, but when that empathy is not shared, I'm a bit conflicted when I genuinely know that they don't genuinely care about us, and the way we are spoken about generally from other demographics. Like, you're not too fond of the
other demographics care about their dogs more than us.
Like, we're not really careful.
Because I know you mentioned the BAME shouldn't include.
And I hate the victim mentality. That's one thing I don't have, and I don't think anyone should have a victim mentality, because I think sometimes that walks with you throughout your whole life, and you always have your back up against the wall, and always feel that sometimes you almost don't realize that you're the problem. And for me, I've got to the point where they call something tokenism, where one shouldn't think because you've made it out that everyone else is the problem. Like, if I can make it, why can't you? Why can't you? Maybe you're just the one that they let through. Maybe you're that one anomaly. It's a bit like when, there was a thing the other day where some guys went to a club in West End in Soho and they couldn't get in. 6 guys or 7 guys turned up. And then you saw guys in the comments saying, well, I'd go to that club all the time and I get in. Okay, that's you. You're the token one that they're allowing. Because we've all been to West End and seen where black boys and black girls can't get in, and other demographics are just walking in the ropes getting bust open. So don't sit there and say some people are not victims, but maybe just don't have that victim mentality. And I've just learned that I'd rather be the bully than be bullied. And I've literally bullied my way through life, but in a politically correct way. Like, I'm very fierce with what I want to do. And
or would you say you're a bad person? And would you say you do things with the intent to
I've done bad things.
I've done
bad things.
But with the intent to harm, as if like that's your main goal.
I've done bad things. I may not physically harm people, but I've done bad things. But
you can still harm people if not physically.
Yeah, I've done bad things, and I don't. And
but that wasn't your intent, though.
I've intentionally done some things that I shouldn't have done when I was young, and I've always made a point of saying that I've done some things I shouldn't have done to make money.
To make money. Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm saying. That was your motivation to do.
And generally speaking, everything that's happening in this world right now, it all boils down to resources and money. Land.
Yeah.
They're fighting for land, which is when you occupy a certain bit of land, you've got money. Like it all boils down to money. And they say power corrupts, and without money, you don't have power. And that's why I sit there and say, is what we're seeing just a microcosm of what happens on a macro scale, which is just a bigger scale? They're just doing like they've got gangs. When the UN form together and they come and do their thing, they're gangs, like they're like, I'm gonna show you my big guns. So what are you saying? It's like when you get like a drill video, you got a guy from one block called SX6 or whatever, and they're like, yeah, look, we got these swammies. They're like, yeah, is that all you got? Or be bullied. And I do not want to be. I've been bullied before. If someone said to me, pick out of the two, Gabriel, be a bully or be bullied, I'll be the bully. Thanks.
Did you see?
I'll be the bully.
Weekend. I think there's a rally this weekend, isn't it?
There's
another one this weekend, I think. Yeah. But what are we going up? 2.5.
Yeah. Is it 2.5?
Yeah. I think. Yeah. So there was a rally last weekend. There was like 300,000 people. And
I want to try and go. Yeah, I want to try and do like 8 reps.
Alright, so there was about 300,000 people. Then someone on my IG try and put
Oh, yeah, DJ Khaled, you've been really quiet, DJ Khaled. I know you're not going to watch this, but yeah, DJ Khaled, DJ and French Montana, the two of you, you've been very quiet. This is.
No, but French is Moroccan, so.
No, but it's still. I don't care. They're all your boys. You're Muslim and you've got Arab in you. So please, thank you.
Khaled is Palestinian. Yeah. DJ Khaled.
Yeah, he hasn't said a word.
No, his name is DJ Khaled.
He hasn't said a word.
You know what it is that?
Because he knows who pays him.
Yeah. He cares about.
When
his
you
money
know where your
much.
money's coming from, you shut your mouth.
He cares about his money too much.
Money and power corrupts. If you know your paycheck is coming from a certain set of people, you shut your mouth.
Yeah, he cares about his money too much.
You shut your mouth. Look at Floyd Mayweather. Look what he's been doing online.
Bro, man sent a jet.
He knows where his peace comes from.
Right.
And that's the bottom line. People shut their mouths. Same way you shut your mouth. And people are like, oh, why did you say something? Some of you in the workplace right now, if things are going wrong, you're shutting your mouth because you know your boss needs to pay you. It's the same thing on a bigger scale to a smaller scale. Right now, you can see the injustice in your workplace, but you shut your mouth because you want to get paid next month.
Bro, yeah. The other day, there was a thing in the protest. So there was 300,000 people. So girl, on my thing, she put there was 200,000. Let's go. She goes, there was 200,000 Hamas flags. I said, huh? How is it 200,000? No, she said 200,000 ISIS flags. I said, out of 300,000 people, you think 200,000 people are going to be able to get away with that in this UK way? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, done.
In this UK, you're going to get 200,000 ISIS flags, apparently. So there might have been maybe a group of people, but different angles of the video. But this girl's gonna written on the story. Yeah, there was 200,000 ISIS flags. I was like, mate, you didn't even go to whatever protest, because already I know you're anti-Palestinian. Mm-hmm. But that should be cool.
Oh, sorry.
But agenda must run.
Sorry. Huh? Sorry. I'm cool. Sorry. Strong man. I'm cool.
But I'm like, yeah, their agenda must run by any means possible. So when she posted that, I just looked at her and thought to myself, right, me and you used to be mad cool, but now I kind of feel away. You get what I'm saying? You know, when you check up on someone every day, because you know, other things that they go through in life.
Don't you find things so repetitive now? Huh? Because when you notice the pattern is money and power and all that shit, do you not get bored?
Ridiculous.
It's boring.
It's like the other day we was talking, me and Gabriel was talking, and I said, "Rah, my biggest turn off is a girl who's just very, very, every time the talk with her is about money."
Yeah.
Because I'm like, we all got targets, we all got things we want to hit, but money, when you want to enjoy something and do fun stuff, you don't want to be thinking about money during that period. You just want to just do what you want to do. Have fun, and just forget life for a split second.
I think what I look forward to most about when I've got money is not having to think about money.
Just being comfortable.
Yeah, just not having to.
And it's not like man wants to do mad crazy things on a day to day. Some days
I just want to chill. Bro.
Yeah, some days you want to chill for 3 weeks.
Yeah, and not go out. I don't want to see no one.
Not do fuck all. You literally just want to just pass time.
Is that an unrealistic expectation of life?
Absolutely not. Not for me. No way.
Because there's got to be balance. There's got to be yin and yang. Somebody has to chill and someone has to work.
Yeah, and I get that. But
Like,
it's just not me.
'Cause I always say everyone can't be a boss.
Yeah.
And I keep going back to this bully and being bullied.
Yeah.
Like, not everyone can be a boss. And some people are in lands and they live there and they've got no minerals. They've got nothing. So every so often, they have to go here and do something.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got enough for now. Let's chill out. Let's try and find something else.
Yeah.
Guess where we live? The land of no minerals. That's where we're living now.
Same as the United States.
No, they got minerals.
Well, they got
minerals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just
But people have to wage
want
war.
other people's.
They got to wage war.
Yeah.
People have to wage war. So if you live in a certain place, you've got nothing. You've got to wage war. Then you might argue and say that there are other countries though where they don't go and wage war, which is true. Like maybe like Sweden. Maybe we've never heard of Sweden going to wage war. Maybe we've never heard of the Danish. So maybe there are some countries that don't do it. But the powerhouses, they do. And when you look at slavery and look at the countries that were involved, people don't realise one of the main players was Portugal. People don't understand what the Portuguese done.
Yeah.
The Portuguese, the Dutch, and the French.
Spanish as well.
Yeah, Spanish as well, but those three brethren, what they done
Yeah. Fuckeries.
to Africa.
Fuckeries.
Bro, loads of Nigerian people.
How many reps you get?
6. Loads of Nigerian people, especially like Yoruba and Igbo tribe, have a lot of.
You think you're strong in it?
Huh? I don't think I know I'm strong, man. Relax. There's no thinking with it. Yeah, especially like Yoruba and Igbo tribe. A lot of people got like Portuguese descendants.
You started going gym because you felt weak in it.
No.
I saw you at gym there.
I went to be like
No,
Goku and
you was getting bullied.
Vegeta.
No.
Bro,
You thought about it.
I wanted to be
I'm not battering.
No.
seriously.
I wanted to be like Goku and Vegeta. No other reason.
Why?
Huh? Bro, I like the way they look. I still train just to look the same way. Bro, my reasons for training is just literally anime.
When did you actually first start? So forget basketball and athletics. When did you actually start training, as in like gym training? Not where you're doing it because of you're playing basketball, so you've got to go as a regime. But when you kind of said, I want to do this because I want to put on muscle, I want to be.
Bro, yeah.
I don't want to get slapped anymore.
Mercy slapped anymore. This guy got jokes.
No. Someone told me that one time he was playing basketball and his coach just kept on slapping his bum. You know, like when like you walk past, well done, Chiz. Like, and that's you thought one day he was like, you hold his hands like no, and he held your hand back, and then that was when you started training apparently.
Bro, why is this guy trying to be zesty today?
No, I'm being serious.
No.
So your coach never slapped your bum.
No.
You never said, "Oh, well done, that was a good dunk, Chiz."
No.
Dunk on me, Chiz.
No. Pause. No, I started lifting year 9. Yeah, I just literally, because Dragon Ball Z, I wanted to be like Goku and Vegeta. No other reason. The moment I look like Goku and Vegeta, I've clocked gym.
Do you think it's important to be strong or to appear strong? Do you think it has benefits?
I think it's important to be strong. I think it's one of your disciplines as a person. You know what I mean?
So as a man, what would you say are your?
Looking single. Alright, we're going up.
Yeah, baby, 6 reps. Yeah, baby.
Man's going up still. Just cause
Yeah, baby.
Hey, we're going up.
Yeah.
He wants to activate ego. Gabriel needs to tell you, I bring the best out of him. Pause.
So, oh my God.
You know what I mean?
That was so. You bring the best out of me.
Yeah, fam. Every time you've got strong, yeah, it's because he's been around me.
This whole thing sounds very.
Every time he's got strong physically, it's because he's been around me.
This whole thing sounds very suspect.
But guess what? If you get strong, I get stronger.
Yeah, it's good.
This whole thing sounds
If
very
you get stronger, I
zesty.
get stronger. I'm
That's good though.
Go.
Iron sharpens iron, isn't it? It's good. It's good, man.
What's the sword fighting?
Whoa!
What do you mean by iron?
What's going
Whoa.
on there?
Whoa, iron could be anything, bro.
Please.
Could be an iron brick,
No,
bro.
it's what you said like sword.
Bro, what you might as well do?
Bro, please. No.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
But yeah, no, I just think this even Jimmy said, I went gym.
Yeah.
I think there's good health reasons to pushing weights, definitely. And I always said the reason why I went gym, you know, didn't want to get bullied because I thought I was going to prison. So I started training. And I assume that when you have a strong look, people tend to not want to try you. But one thing it doesn't do is it doesn't build your heart.
No.
If you ain't got no heart, you can be as hench as you want.
Yeah.
Man will stick it on you and you'll fold.
But you know what as well, yeah? My whole batch where I grew up, everyone was strong.
Okay.
Like everyone was physical. So like my neighbours 2 doors away, they were the first man that were lifting in it. So they were like, we went same school. Mark was he was year 11 when I was year 8, and Michael just already left school, but he was in 6th form. So imagine after school, I'm looking out my back window, and these lot in the garden.
Yeah.
And I'm like, rah.
Wait, you say you let them in your back window?
No, I'm looking out my back window. Pause.
Sorry.
They're in the garden.
What's wrong with you?
No.
What's wrong with you?
No. I thought I heard him say.
Flagrant.
No, for some reason I thought I heard. I let the man in my back window. I said, what?
No, them lot in their back garden now, and I'm seeing them lifting, and I'm thinking, I would have put on. Cause I was mager, like I was short and skinny. Huh?
Would have put on what? Sorry.
Huh? Muscle. Hey, you're your zesty era right now, innit?
No, I'm just.
You're a very zesty era, so it's put on some muscle. So I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I see Goku and Vegeta doing some incredible stuff. So I wanted to be an incredible, and then I became incredible. But yeah, my motivation to train was it wasn't even gyal. That's the funny thing. I reckon that's the reason why I'm still able to.
But why do you think, generally speaking, when it comes to guys who were hench, it's more dark-skinned men than light-skinned men? I know generally there are probably more dark-skinned men in the UK than there are light-skinned men, so one could argue and say that the numbers are clearly. But why is it that, generally speaking,
Light-skinned niggas were probably on linkage. They were getting pussy from early, innit?
if you look at, generally speaking, it's all dark-skinned men that are hench. What is it?
Light-skinned man was
Why
Why are you asking me, bro?
Why don't you man go gym as much?
I don't know. But if
Or
I
face
say-
card don't decline?
I was just gonna say it's not out of necessity, innit? We don't. Maybe we don't have to. My hair's luscious, bro. It's not.
Man said the hair is luscious. Okay. Alright. Okay.
No, but even in school days, you're right. All the dark skinned man then was all in gym from early still. Whereas a couple of the light skinned men was all doing dancing at girls' schools and singing R&B. I mean, dead serious. No, they were singing R&B songs at girls' schools, and they were going doing talent shows and all of that. And oh my god! So man, I'm watching this. Are gonna message me on my. I'm not even gonna name names. They're gonna message me in my DM and say, "Right, taking a piss, bro." But yeah, he was dancing. But yeah, I was motivated by Dragon Ball. Flipping at 17, I watched Baki. I wanted to be like
It's interesting that the film that motivated you is Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Pause.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you today?
What happened? I'm just saying, it's just interesting.
That's interesting.
No, it's just.
I watched Baki like at 17, the original series. Like, but you know what's mad here? All these things here, beyond just the fighting and the aesthetic look here, is always like the little messages that they try and subliminate,
It's
push
motivational.
about hard work and motivation. So I didn't realize me watching these things was building my mindset.
Yeah.
So like, even though it was a cartoon, whatever you feed it into yourself is gonna create who you become.
You mentioned training being one of your disciplines.
Yeah.
So like, would you say as a man, what would you say are like 3 disciplines that everyone should have? Like, if you had to advise, like if you had a son, for example, what would you advise him? What are 3 things you'd be like, yeah, cool, go gym, be strong.
Yeah, I'll tell him he has to work out like 5 days a week, minimum 45 minutes.
What, weights, cardio, what?
Weights. If you can add the cardio, you know what I mean? Or put on like a minimum, you know what I mean? Like 10 minutes cardio, 35, like just make it your foundation. Working, yeah, he has to put in the work, man.
Some money.
Yeah, like I was watching something the other day where a guy, he's a millionaire and he's done his thing, but his dad's a millionaire as well. And then his dad was the one filming the video and saying, what did I tell you when he was young? Boom, boom, boom. He gave it all the tips and advice, and he goes, oh, okay, like in everything you got now, did I help you with anything? He goes, nah. Money wise, he didn't help him. He goes, network wise, he didn't help him, but he goes, the knowledge that he implanted from young made him find his own route. That now his dad was like, rah, he's, you know what I mean? He's a boss on his own.
Yeah. Because
he's shown him the way he's moved and things he's done, and he's kind of put him his way. So yeah, being able to sustain yourself, look after your family.
So the third thing, let's say this is something that you wish you would have known when you was younger. So if you could go back to like 10 years old and start again knowing this one thing, what would you say?
10.
Yeah, we'll say 10.
But I can know something from today.
Yeah, just something that a discipline, just something that would have been useful for you.
Bro, I would have learned how to code.
Okay, so learn a skill, do something useful.
Bro, I would have learned how to code from then. I would have probably been the first one to invent social media.
Okay.
So I'd been, I said 10 in flipping 1995 before like Windows, when Windows 95 dropped the slow dial-up modem time. Yeah, I'd have made the first social media from then. Then by the time 2007 comes, I'd have been up like Facebook, boy.
So you don't speak a lot about discipline and how like it's been a reason to like why you've been like so successful to a degree. But do you feel like luck has had some element to play in your success?
I don't think, for me, I don't think luck exists. I think luck is when you do things over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's what luck is to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel like you create your own luck?
Yeah. The consistency of what you put into yourself and your own things is what luck is to me. You get me? I don't think things are handed. Like I was saying to someone the other day about in regards to 9 to 5s and things like that. I think in regards to where my life has gone, it's because I couldn't get the jobs I wanted. And it's not that I didn't have the qualification. It gets down to where it's partly me in regards to you get qualified, then you have to go do internships. I'm like, I feel like I've already been in school. Why do I have to go work for free again? You get what I'm saying? Or work below what you think you deserve. But other people, because they've already got someone already there, they just get plugged in right away. So that's where I've gone my route, because I'm just like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah. So the reason why I say this is because obviously you mentioned coding. Yeah. So like I was reading the other day, like Bill Gates, one of the schools he went to, he was one of the 14 people in like America or his state or something to have access to a computer. Yeah. So like that's so random. Like 14 schools got a computer, and then because he was in some club, he was allowed to use it for like an hour every day. Yeah. Before all the other schools were. So that's what I'm saying. Like how important, like for example, like you for example. How much of a role would you say luck has had to play?
I would say everything boils down to opportunity and access. Yeah. Bill Gates had access, and then when the opportunity presented itself, he made it work. I don't believe in luck. They say that it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. So when you divide that by 24 hours in a day, that's roughly about 400 days it takes to become an expert at anything. And I always say that you've got to be prepared when the opportunity presents itself. So for instance, you might be a great rapper or a great singer or great at plastering or great at whatever, great at filming. I don't know how many hours you've done worth of filming, but I'm pretty sure that, you probably are an expert at what you're doing at the moment, which means all it takes now is for maybe BET or maybe a big TV station to come and approach you and say, oh, hi Wes, we've got this thing to do, are you ready for it? That wasn't luck, because you've worked all these hours and an opportunity came and you took it. The same with Daps. I always mention Daps' story. Daps was doing his film video directing, and then one day Migos, however you pronounce their names, he sent them a DM. I said, I want to shoot a video for you for free. He'd done the video, and ever since then he blew up from there. Was that luck? No. Daps has been filming for years beforehand. He took the opportunity to DM them, got the access, and made it work. I don't believe in luck. And I don't like when people, especially when you've worked hard for something and someone says you're lucky. And I always say don't call me lucky, because it undermines all the effort and work that somebody has put in. Don't get me wrong, you can be favoured and put in positions that you may not have. So let's say your dad's a millionaire and he puts you in private school, you might meet people in there and network with good people. So yeah, opportunity and access. But I don't believe in luck. And I always say that the three things for me is habit, routine, and discipline. Your habits form you, especially the things you eat. There are some diseases which you can avoid with certain foods that you eat. Your habits could be things like what you do every single day. Is your habit, where you wake up in the morning, you meditate. Your routine. That forms you. Those are the people you're going to meet. If your routine Monday to Friday is you get the tube at 8 o'clock, you go to work, that's your routine. Your routine could be what you eat. Once again, like, people don't realize how important discipline is when it comes to the gym and food in regards to everything. If you can't be disciplined when it comes to your health, which is the most important thing to you, you walk past Tesco's, you're doing your shopping, you shouldn't drink that fizzy drink, but you just can't stop yourself from picking it up. That's a lack of discipline. And I always say that discipline follows you throughout everything, and people don't understand how important fitness is, because when you start your fitness journey, you don't see results generally in the first week, 2-3 months. You don't see anything. And sometimes when people are overweight, they give up because they can't see it. But the discipline makes you carry on. And especially when I talk to young boys, and people say, oh, what would you say to the younger you? Discipline. Being able to say no, and especially to women. A lot of the stuff and problems that we go through as young boys is to try and acquire women. A lot of guys who could have been footballers, instead of training and going to play football, they would go partying. And what do we find in parties? Women go for different reasons. A lot of the stuff that messes up is women. Some of you have a girl, and then you go and link other girls, and you get caught up into something. A lot of it is for women, and you've got to get discipline, have a habit, and have a routine. And I'm preaching to myself right now, because I'm a big grown grey back man, and I still struggle. So sometimes when I speak, I'm talking to myself. That discipline is everything. And sometimes you think about how often you let yourself down, then think about someone letting you down. You let yourself down, and yet you complain when someone else lets you down. Look at the things you tell yourself that you're not going to do again, and you do it. You start a journey in something. You pick up a course. You start doing the course. You're halfway through, then you stop. You pick up something else. You're halfway through it, then you stop.
Nothing's overnight, man.
Half the problems is yourself.
Nothing's overnight. You have to.
I'm preaching to myself. We're not going up again, are we?
No.
I'm preaching to myself.
You have to endure the journey, no matter what, man. You know.
And I just learned the hard way that a lot of the young boys, because funny things that I meet a lot of people's mums, and they say that their sons watch the pod.
How do you meet these people's mums?
Okay, I went to Tesco's.
Oh, Tesco's. Okay.
Honestly, if your mum works in Tesco's in Fort Leaf and you're watching this, put it in the comments that it's your mum. So I went to Fort Leaf Tesco one time, and the woman was like, "Oh my gosh."
Wes tried to be shady.
No, he tried it. He tried it still.
He tried it.
And she said, "Oh, that her son watches the pod, and that she watches it with him."
Yeah.
And they're always listening because you guys
nice.
are grown men. And
You got like a family channel going on. That's cool, man.
no, but a lot of these young boys,
that's the comment most of the time, to be fair.
we don't want them making the same mistakes. And as I said, your credit. I've got a mate called Chris who's got like 5 properties. We were both selling cars at the same time, but I messed up my credit, so I couldn't buy a property. He's on his 5th property now, residential. The difference between me and him, we had the same money growing up, but he had good credit and I didn't, so he could get a mortgage. Now he's got 5 yards. Your credit, so important.
So that single decision has impacted your whole life.
Yeah, the fact that I had bad credit, because we both wanted to go and buy a house, and I couldn't buy one, and he did, and now he's got 5.
So
he bought his house at 23.
For someone that's maybe doesn't have the best credit, what are some steps that they could take, let's say over a 5-year span, that they could do to kind of
Build your
improve
credit
it?
up.
How do I go about doing it?
Just get on your electoral roll, get yourself a credit card, and make sure you're only using your credit card within the means of what you have. So basically, if you've got a 1k credit card and you know that you're only earning £500, that's no good to you, because you're going to end up overspending. Your credit card is there to spend within your means and to get you out of maybe a bad situation, but not for you to start living lavish. Like, oh, you know you're only earning 1k, you take out a 5k credit card and you start splashing, now you're in debt.
Let's go at FIFA.
You know what I mean? That's not what it's for. Like, build your credit. You know, I suffered, not saying I suffered, but I don't own a residential property. My mate Chris owns 5, but I've got other investments, but I would have preferred taking that route. But once again, we all have different journeys, and I can't blame anyone but myself. And that's why I say don't have that victim mentality. Don't blame anyone else. Like I messed up, and I couldn't get a property. You know, but it's just it's discipline. Being able to say no. Like, your friends are going out to do things. Like, I've wasted so much money on raving. What have I got to show for it? Experiences, but a lot of women with broken hearts. You know, I tried to send them super glue through the post. They didn't want it. You know, didn't want them to ruin my eBay feedback. You know what I mean? On TripAdvisor and
Google.
You know what I mean? But no, I know I'm cracking a bit of joke, but the younger guys, trust me, this stuff is not a sprint, it's a marathon, man. And there's a lot of guys who are getting to my age now, and I'm hitting 40. I'm halfway there now to 80, and I'm sitting there saying to myself, in 20 years time, 25 years time, when I want to retire, am I going to be in a position to be able to do that? Or am I going to be that guy outside the bookies? You know, with a red stripe or a magnum, and I seen like a 20-year-old walking by. Yeah, what you saying, baby? Baby love, come here now. Come here, show your mouth. Let me come and ginger you.
Let me come. Small girl. Let me ginger you. Bring that yash. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Okay, uncle. Yeah, so the power's powering. You're doing stuff. Well done, eh? Yeah.
No! Yeah.
I said no, that's how it just collapsed you. You get me? But yeah, man, it's life, man. You just have to focus on yourself, man. Like Gabriel said, the word no.
You're right there.
You say?
You're right there.
Yeah, blood.
You got issues.
That testosterone is flowing through the body. What? Listen.
He's gonna go take a nap after this. This is done his dance. But yeah, like Gabriel said, you have to learn how to say that word no, man. That word no is important because sometimes you could lose yourself always trying to be the hero for everyone else.
Yeah.
And that's just gonna set you back long term. Sometimes you just have to be the hero for yourself first to put yourself in a better position.
The hustle's boring though, man.
Huh?
The hustle's boring, man. I don't want to work. I want to party.
Bro.
I want to buy Dior shoes and jeans and
B22s and
yeah, bro. Hustle's boring, man.
You want to be a styler?
Yeah, I don't want to work, man.
You want to do influencer pictures on the Instagram?
Yeah, I want a Mercedes and
I hate
you know.
still.
Social
Must be
media
nice.
ruined everything, you know. I don't think you understand.
I want
It's
a
brought us
Rolex.
closer together, but it's ruined everything. It's made people think that their ordinary lives are subpar. Like people think that their lives they're living, they believe that they're living a subpar life when this is just ordinary living. People who are not making any money are going online to pretend that they are. And you're looking at them thinking, oh man, I'm failing, man. Look at my life. You don't know what's going on behind closed doors with this person. Like, it's ruined the whole game. And even when it comes to like meeting the opposite sex, like it's just ruined everything. Like you're getting men who are normal everyday working men.
It's ruined it for it's ruined it for them.
Like you're trying to compare them to athletes, fraudsters, drug dealers.
It's made their lives better.
Like it's the whole thing's just messed.
Yeah.
Like I struggle. Like even the other day, I was having a chat with Daps, and was talking about Lamborghinis and Ferraris, just having a general conversation. And then he went to go and ask his financial advisor and said, "Oh, you know, how much do you reckon you should earn before you ever spend 3K a month on a car?" The guy said you should be earning 30K a month. He goes, like, you're looking at all these footballers doing Lamborghinis and Ferraris and all this, and people who are honest living people are trying to buy luxury items that it's not for them. Like, it's not for you.
You know in LA, in LA,
8 bills on trainers, and you're earning. And once again, I'm not your financial advisor. £800 on trainers. One thing my accountant said to me one day was this: before you make a purchase, think how many hours it's taken you
to earn that.
to earn that. £800 on a trainer if you're earning 2K a month. That is almost half a month of your time.
Yeah.
Assuming you're doing 40 hours a week, that's 80 hours of your week to buy that one trainer.
But the competition has it. If you go to a dance and everyone's got B22s, bro.
No, £800.
That's what the hoes want.
It's not for us.
It's for the hoes.
Look at where these shops are. They're in
It's for
West
the
End,
hoes.
For the man,
Knightsbridge.
the girls don't really care, to be fair. It's for other men.
I agree and disagree. I agree and
No, it's for
disagree.
other men.
I agree and disagree.
Bro,
No, it's for other men.
I'm telling you for free. You can wear a
No,
plain
I know
plain
that.
pair of Air
I know
Forces,
that.
fresh blue jeans,
I know
and a
that.
fresh white tee.
But the game's not the same for everyone.
And fresh white teeth.
The game isn't the same for
That's
everyone,
a
bro.
fresh white.
You'll get the same. Bro, you'll get this. I always go back to when we went to Cancun.
Yeah.
Every man was doing rolly, gold chains, drip. The one guy, I don't want to mention his name, the one guy who was just doing, and it's no disrespect to him, the one guy who was just doing night socks, night trainers, night shorts, night vest, had all the gal on him.
He was cleaning.
No, he didn't do no drip.
Bro, he was a washing machine.
But the one guy that had, I mean, no rolly, no chain, no what you classify as what looks like he's got money. And once again, I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm saying, but you would not look at him. He was walking in the clubs, and the girls are like,
That's my guy. He works hard, bro.
and these,
Still
and
the same
to the
today.
point where some guys
Still
in
the
the
same.
group, I can see them hating on him because they're doing hench as well, arms off, doing the whole. They wanted the guy in the Nike. In the Nike.
What's the difference
What do you mean?
between
just
them?
him.
Between them.
Just him.
Personality then.
No, it's just him. It's
Just
just
doesn't
him.
matter.
Yeah, he just don't care.
He's a good-looking guy, but
Yeah,
the other
but-
guys in the are
right,
good-looking
yeah.
too.
But he just don't care. Like, that's just him.
They wanted him.
No, till today, it's just him.
They wanted him.
And his hairline's still sharp as fuck. It's just him.
Imagine,
No, he's-
I'm standing back
A1.
here,
It's just him.
and I'm standing back just watching this. I'm like, this is mad. Like, this brother's just casually just doing Nike, plain t-shirt, just.
And you know the madness is here. If he was on social media as frequent as everyone else, he would just dust the whole thing.
was mad.
Because
I don't get me wrong, he's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
But the other guys in the team in set were good looking. But the girls, all that drip stuff. You're gonna waste all your money and the maddest thing is that a lot of this season goes out of season. You're buying something this month. Next year you can't wear it again. They tell you it's old season. And you just wasted 8-9 bills. And once again, do it. Because I'm not your financial advisor. But it's a waste of money.
In LA, I was watching a clip the other day on Instagram, and they were saying that you could do cable ones and natural razors. Yeah, so they were saying that in LA, that bare groups of friends now have started chipping in to get Lambo Uruses. Yeah, so like there'll be 4 men sharing 1 Urus.
Genius.
Yeah, then every weekend someone's got their turn and blah blah blah.
What's the problem?
Huh?
It's for girl.
It's for the hoes, bro. It's for the
hoes. And I'm gonna put a lot of the stuff we do is for girl. Yeah. But don't get me wrong, I think women do care. Things like Lamborghinis, women do care about.
So don't buy shoes, buy a Lamborghini. Alright, cool.
No.
Alright, cool. Sorry. Yeah.
I'm not gonna pretend, like, let's be real. But things like Dior and all of that rubbish.
No, but you know what's mad, Gabriel?
So
you know what's mad, yeah? Back in the day, yeah, like when we was younger, yeah, if you had a Benz or a Beamer, you was the man.
Yeah.
You was the guy. Now you have a Benz or Beamer, everyone else.
No one cares.
No one cares.
But further to the point what you said earlier, if I had your car, I couldn't get girls in the car.
You could.
I can, but it's It's making my life more difficult, more challenging. It is.
No.
You don't think so? I think so. I think so, 100%.
Fuck no.
Maybe you're a good looking guy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No, you are. And I think your temperament and personality, women genuinely would like, as if they don't care for bad boys. So I think those girls who just like abuse and trauma, they probably wouldn't. No, some women don't like to nice stuff. And even some guys, they're so used to toxic women that when they meet a nice woman, they just mess it up because they're just used to toxic. Some people, it's the trauma they've grown up with. Like, for instance, when you got abandonment issues growing up as a child, sometimes when you're in a relationship, those things follow through with you.
Yeah.
There's certain trauma that I've got as a child growing up. Like when I wasn't allowed to have friends when growing up, so I was always in my room playing by myself.
Gabriel, stay in your room.
Like, who is this boy? Who is this friend? Do I know him? So even growing up now, I'm just used to being by myself. So when I have a woman around me or when friends are around me, sometimes I'm by myself. It's travelled through my life. It's trauma.
My aunt was complaining about that recently. She was saying, you don't come.
What you doing with this?
Lateral raises.
As in, or just...
Yeah. So my aunt was complaining recently about that. She was saying that I don't come home as often as blah, blah, blah. So I said to her, most times when I finish working, I just want to stay in my house. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And she's like, why? Then it goes back to what Gabriel was saying. We had to talk about when I was younger, you used to say, go to your room and study. So, fast forward, we've got so used to being by ourselves, we feel like we don't need, you feel like you don't need no one.
Is that a superpower though? No. Do you feel like it's beneficial to be able to be by yourself? Because some people can't be by themselves and they always seek company of wrong people.
I could function brilliant by myself. If I've got someone in my space, then you know that I really, 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 really like that person to have them around me. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's a bonus to me. You get what I'm saying? But if I don't have no one around, it don't affect me. Like, it don't have no issue with me. But like, yeah, you're right. I know a lot of men who, they might break up with a girl today, 3 weeks in another relationship.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's right.
Sometimes we don't realise how much trauma we've gone through as kids, which makes us adults. We don't realise. Like when you've got abandonment issues, that travels through with you, through life. And sometimes you find you latch onto, like, they call it like, there's a syndrome they call it. I can't remember what it's called now. I can't remember what it's called. I don't want to just make it up. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, a lot of stuff just travels through you. And I'm just trying to learn so much things.
What travels through you? I said a lot of stuff travels. Hey, Gabriel, what travels? Yo, rotate all the way.
As in?
No. As in twist it.
Oh.
There you go. Ain't gonna travel through me but water, mate. I said a lot of stuff travels through you. Gabriel's a funny youth, man. Yeah, like all them little things there where you get so used to your space. It's bad that I could be like in dead silence
And be alright.
and be alright.
I have that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it don't mean nothing's wrong.
Yeah.
I think the only women who understand me are women who've lived similar, where you could just be dead silent and just literally lying down on her, and she understands there's nothing wrong. Whereas someone else would be like, "Oh, babe, have I done something wrong?" I'm like, "No, you're gonna create an issue out of nothing." Like, yeah, like sometimes people just keep quiet. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I could go like before the venue. I could go like 2 days without actually being on my phone talking to no one. Like I could literally put my phone on D&D, don't speak to no one, and I'll be fine. It don't mean nothing's wrong. But now this phone goes off, I'm ready.
Do you feel like you need some sort of social with people? Like, because obviously you've got friends.
Yeah,
So do you feel like you need that?
a tiny bit. Like I'll tell you, for instance, here, my house is not the Koch.
Yeah.
I've been here 5.5 years. I've never had a house party. All the time the man will be like, "Oh yeah, how come you don't?" Nah, man, this ain't a gathering spot. You get me? Other man's yard is the gathering spot, and it's been like that since I was little, where you knew what friends you could go to their house and you could chill all days. Where their mum would be like, "Oh yeah, so and so coming," but because how I grew up, my house was never the gathering spot. Where the man them been to my house, but a lot of the man them had never even seen my room in my old house, because it just wasn't like that. It was just like we just chilling in the front room.
This in your room here?
Why would they see my room here?
No, just fine.
That's where the magic happens.
Sure.
Anyway. You only see my room here if you was being nosy. Like, this guy's funny, you know. There's hella citrus just flowing through your veins today. What you say? You had lemon and some tangerines yesterday, yeah? You're feeling mighty zesty today. But yeah, like little things like that. That's not how us man were in it. Like when everyone was out during the weekdays, maybe like playing and all of that, we was at home meant to be studying, but us man was doing weights because there's only so much studying you can do, you know. And even back to that, like I think if I wasn't pressured to study all the time, I would have done way better in school, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
I seen it with my cousin example, where he was under the same pressures, but at least me growing up, I had my older cousin who was just a year older than me. So due to us being in the same house, we would just both be bantering for hours with each other.
Yeah.
So when people are like, "Oh yeah, your cousin's super funny," I'm like, "Yeah, that's just because of the hours of us just back and forth." You get what I'm saying? Whereas him on the other hand, when he was growing up, us man was outside, so he was by himself all the time. So eventually, he's gone from being the smartest kid to performing subpar, below his level. You get what I'm saying? But it's due to that environment, where if you force someone to do something over and over again, eventually they're gonna give up. You know? And I don't blame him. Like I explained it, I was just like, this is why we are all the way we are. Because if you're around my family, most of the man them, we all like super individuals. Like go to my old house, everyone just go into their own space, do their own thing. Like I'll be messaging my cousins on Instagram when I'm next door, or WhatsApp, because we're all in our own little
Worlds.
Yeah. So, boys,
The reason why I ask is because like the hustle and the grind or whatever that you lot speak of, it's lonely, man. Like, because you're always by yourself. Like, you're not speaking. Like, you go days without like, and it's like, I don't know.
No,
it's just a lot of.
But you know what is it? We're trying to get out of the rat race.
Yeah, 100%.
But anyone, you look at anyone who has made something of their life, they dedicate themselves to it.
Of course.
They dedicate themselves. Like, you got to pick your poison. And I always say that in life, pick your poison. You can have work now and enjoy later, or enjoy now and work later.
Struggle later.
Pick your poison. Just pick your poison. And I've come from poverty, and I'm never going back there again. And that's probably part of the trauma that just keeps me grinding. I can't go back there again, and I have no one to fall back on. I don't have an older brother. My younger brother can fall off he can come to me. Like,
Who, the eldest?
Yeah, I'm the eldest son.
Okay.
So I've got 2 older sisters, but I'm the eldest son.
Okay.
My brother's always had me to fall back on. Always. No matter, there's no situation my brother has been in that I've not been able to take care of it, financially or emotionally, to an extent. So he's got me to fall back on. I've got no one to fall back on. I've got no option, no choice.
You mentioned you have older sisters though. Do you not feel like you could lean on them to an extent?
Impossible.
Why?
They're married with families. It's impossible. And don't get me wrong, if to an extent, but you got to remember, once again, I'm a man. And this is part of the problem that we have, isn't
So
it?
you couldn't go stay on the sofa for 6 months?
I couldn't do that. Just look at my age.
A pride? Is it a pride thing, or is it you?
Even it's part of it. If you're going to be homeless, there's no such thing as pride, in my opinion. And because I've not been a useless man, my siblings would take me in if stuff fell off. But I've got no option. I've got to make it work. And that's the thing about it, is that when maybe you're the younger brother, or you've got a rich dad, or there's things around you, you can afford to kind of coast because you know daddy will help it out. I don't have none of that, and I'm fine with it, because sometimes it's the difficult situations you're in that make you who you are. And as they say, smooth seas don't make skillful sailors. Like, you're gonna have to go through adversity. Like, adversity's got to happen. Like, there has to be chaos for you to make anything. If anything's just gonna be a nice easy walk, then it's probably not going to take you to anywhere you need to be. So I enjoy the chaos, and I live in stress and chaos. Like, my life is stressful and chaotic. That's it, and I don't mind it. I signed up for it, and I pick my poison. And it's funny because when you're with me as a woman, you're gonna just have to just accept that. Pick your poison. Like, either accept it or just. There's not one guy I know who's striving to be somebody who just has free time. They may have free times in pockets, but generally speaking, they don't. They put in the hours. And it's a double-edged sword, because you miss out on things, and sometimes you feel guilty. But I only have me, and you only have you, whether you like it or not. So I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty, and I'm not going to slow down for. I take time out for my health, but other than that, I'm not slowing down.
The other day, my older cousin, she's here on holiday from Niger, and you know how Gabriel said, like, he ain't got no one to fall back on.
Yeah.
I said that to her, and she got offended. And I said, look at it realistically like this. I can't phone up my mum and say, "Oh, mum, let me come." I can't phone my brother and say that. Then my other siblings all live in America. I'm gonna say, "Oh yeah, let me come and crash on your couch." All my older siblings, one, I didn't grow up with them, so I'm not close to them. Two, they all got kids.
So do you feel like what you're doing right now is your only option?
Yeah.
What other choice has he got? Okay, if he falls off now, who's he got to go to?
No, I understand. I'm just asking, innit?
I'm not getting me wrong, he's my mate. So
If so much I could stay in his house.
If something really went, and this is the good thing about it, if something really went bad, I'm happy that I could be in a position maybe to employ a friend. That's the only good thing.
Yeah.
Is that the same way you've got a venue.
Yeah.
If any of your friends need a job,
Yeah.
you can say to him, "Look, I can't give you money, but come and work." So at least there's that. So he has got an option. Who's he going to now? Like, when you got older brothers, you can kind of, if you've been a good younger brother, you can kind of. My brother's got me. My brother can never fall off unless I fall off. Even though he needs to have his own journey. And I pride myself that I can look after my siblings. But I've got no one else. They've got no one else to fall back on. If my sister's divorces her husband or something goes wrong,
bro, literally, right?
It's me they come to.
Like right now, as we was even talking, when I was dipping in and out my phone, someone in Niger, one of my family members are asking for a favor. I'm the option. You get what I'm saying? I got no choice to fall off, because I'm the option. I'm the new honcho. I'm the next up. You get what I'm saying? Because my mom used to be the one looking after people by me, but now option A is gone. So now I'm the new option A. So I can't sit around and moan about it. Like, you know, like, I'm grateful that I've got good health and I've got the drive to go for it. You get what I'm saying? If I wasn't driven,
yeah,
it's different, isn't it? If I wasn't driven, I would be moaning about why this. You get what I'm saying? But
how many days a week would you both say you work? Or if you had to quantify it and say hours? in a week, on average?
It
Because
depends,
obviously
man.
some weeks are more hectic than others.
I
but,
have good weeks and bad weeks. I'll be honest. You get me?
but there must be a, like for example.
I have weeks that I'm in a zone.
Yeah, but
Then I've got weeks that I will mentally crash and I won't say nothing to no one.
yeah.
And I will just shut the door.
Because I know you
won't
had
say
weeks where, like, for example, like where you was like, oh, I need to make X, Y, Z from doing Uber, and like, so you would kind of have an idea of how many hours you'd be working. But obviously now, for example, like how many hours did you say you work?
It's up and down. It's up and down.
Give me a figure, bro. Give me a number.
I don't know, because every week varies. I've got to a point, I don't stress myself like I used to. That's why the other day when you said to me like, "Rah, you seem more chilled." I woke up one day and said, "Rah."
It's noticeable.
Huh?
It's noticeable.
Yeah, I woke up one day and said, "Rah, who's gonna kill me? Who's gonna beat me up?" You get what I'm saying? I said, "Rah, if I can't deal with nothing now, I'll be able to deal with it someday. So let me just keep moving, because I'm like, I feel like I've seen what hell feels like, and I've been through it, and I'm not gonna go there again, innit? So, because I know I'm not gonna go there again. Everything's upwards from there, innit? So it's a thing that, for me right now, I'm playing a time game. That's what it is for me. I know everything I want is coming, but it's not gonna come overnight. So the same way I know building muscle is not overnight, it's the same way with that building that side of my life, it's not gonna be overnight. So like, when it comes to relationships and stuff, I need someone who understands fully that, mate, some days, like, that thing you want to go do right now, it's not meant to happen, because I need to do this right now. But if you want me to go do that with you right now, when we're 65, 70, better be getting up in the morning so we go do Amazon Flex, innit? Because, you get me? Like, you wanted to go do lifestyle so we could do Instagram when we should have been out both grafting, you know, or you should have let me graft and you go do whatever the fuck you want to do, because I don't want to be at 65 running around like a young boy.
No, 100%. Because I remember Kevin Samuels was saying, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you should be doing minimum 60 hours. 60 hours a week, and you shouldn't be at home unless you're sleeping or shitting.
Yeah, I hear it.
I think within reason, like I've done 100-hour weeks. Call it 13, 14 hours a day.
Is that normal? For someone trying to get somewhere.
Yeah.
For someone trying to get somewhere, is 100-hour week normal?
Yeah. Well, if you're self-employed, remember when you're self-employed at the beginning, you're the admin, you're the HR, you're the delivery driver, you're the mechanic, you're the carpenter, you're everything when you first start a business. Because when you start paying all that money out to somebody else, there's hardly nothing left when you're first starting. So only when you now have 1, 2, 3, 4, you can start scaling business down where you can pay people now to do things.
What about if you're employed? What's still for someone trying to get somewhere and to stack like
I'd say
how
probably
you said
10, 11 hours. So I know 2 or 3 people who do project management, and another guy that works corporate. He says he gets to the office about 7, doesn't leave till about 6 sometimes.
So like Monday
7
to Friday.
to 6 is what? How many hours is that? That's like what, 11 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. So generally speaking, those people, when you start going to the 100k salaries and up, generally speaking, not in all fields, you're going to be doing 10 hour days. Which is what?
So it's like Monday to Friday.
Yes, that's what, 70 hours? Remember
55, no?
No, if you're doing 11 hours.
5 times 11 is 55.
Sorry, yeah, 5 days, yeah, sorry, not 7 days. So 5 days, yeah. So you're looking at 55 hours. Okay. But remember, I was working 7 days a week, and I was doing like 13 hours, which is just under 100.
I used to work security, and I used to work 7 days. I used to work 6 days at Watches of Switzerland, or Mapping and Web, depending where they sent me. I used to have to get there from like about 7:30. Used to leave there about 9:30.
You used to leave at 9:30. So wow.
Yeah, I used to leave at 9:30 in the night. Get on by 10:30.
Was you still trained? Like what was your life like outside of that? So cool. 14 hours work.
Some days, me and my brethren who used to. So my brethren Senna, older Senegalese guy, like dumb hench. Senna used to be like, go lunchtime, go to the gym. So you get like man had a fitness first link. It's going there 30 minutes, boy, bang out, come back to work, you'd be tired as shit.
So he wasn't training proper?
Yeah, but you was just maintaining, you know what I mean? And I had dumbbells.
Do you think it's possible to train properly if you're working that much?
Yeah, it's hard, but we were doing it. Like, sometimes I just go home and just bang out dumbbells and that. Then why I was able to do it was because of Senna. Senna was doing them shifts there. Then he was working nightclub 4 nights a week. He's got a wife and kids. And this guy would be like, Chiso, when I get home, man, I have to make love to my wife, you know. I have to make her know that I'm still here. I said, brother, how do you find the energy? He's like, bro, lunchtime, you see, I run to the gym, I lift. After work, some days when he's not at the nightclub, he lifts. Like, this guy was in incredible shape. Like, last time I saw him, he was working, he left there and was working security at Selfridges, but he used to do 6 days at that job, then 4 nights at the club. So if you do 6 times 14 hours, what's that? 84?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Let me count. 6 times. So 14 a day. 14 times 5 is 70. Yeah, 84 hours. Correct. So 84 hours. I didn't even know. 84 hours plus. Imagine working nightclub from 10 till 3, 4 times a week. 104 hours a week. And this guy was still going gym, bro. I don't get it. Still had time for his wife. You get me? But he was just like, yeah, like, he's got long-term plans, he's got goals, he's got this and he got that. So he had to make a certain amount a week. But at the same time, yeah, it made me, during that period, made me realize, yeah, try and find a way to increase your hourly rate. You get what I'm saying? To cut down the time and effort that you're putting to hit the same target. So for instance, his hourly rate with thingy, with that job at the time, I think was, because I was a new guy, I was getting paid 14 an hour. He'd been there for a while, so he was around maybe like 18 an hour, 17 an hour. He had like a more senior role, so 17 an hour times 84 hours, he's making bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like Gabriel said, there's people doing like project management and stuff like that. If they're putting the same hours,
It's more money.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he might have got to where his plan is faster, but the problem is when you're a certain age now, you got family and you want to go back into education, there's not enough time for you to, so it makes things complicated. So that's why when you're young and you're living at home, take as much advantage of your situation living at home, because when you ain't got no choices now, you have to do what you have to do to survive and live. Remember, please like, share, subscribe, comments. Wes will keep me updated on those. I'll be in the community section putting my little bits here and there. Please keep supporting. Thank you. Bye.